All right. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm Melissa Jacodinsky with the Volunteer Center of Brown County. I'm here with Kimberly Gould with the ADRC of Brown County. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, hello, Melissa.
I'll let you take it away.
All right, so let's see here. Okay. Am I looking good on your end?
You are.
Okay, wonderful. So as Melissa said, my name is Kimberly Gould. I am the nutrition coordinator for the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Brown County, the ADRC. And I'm going to be talking through volunteer opportunities that we have with our agency with you today. So just a little bit about our organization, if you're not familiar with us. Our mission is to empower and enrich the lives of older adults, adults with disabilities, and their caregivers. So we serve adults who are age 60 and older, adults with disabilities who are 17 and a half and older, and caregivers regardless of age. We do this through a variety of services. So we have resource, information, and assistance. We have elder and disability benefits assistance. We have Stay Healthy and Stay Active programs. So these are support groups, evidence-based classes, workshops, and socialization opportunities. Our nutrition program, which is the program I oversee, and our Grounded Cafe. So volunteers. By volunteering, you really are supporting your community. We have over 350 volunteers working with the ADRC, and to put that into perspective, we have about 60 to 70 staff on. So our volunteers way outnumber our staff. And in 2019, they put in 28,000 hours of volunteering, and that was equivalent to over $300,000 worth of time and talents that they gave our organization. As a nonprofit, it's really, you can't even quantify all the help and the programs that they're able to provide for us that we just really wouldn't be able to do without their support. So I would be remiss without starting with a little bit about what volunteering looks like during the COVID pandemic. So I just want to share as a context because it has affected our volunteer opportunities. So what is the ADRC doing? We're limiting access to our building. So we provide services to a particularly vulnerable population during this. So our building is closed to the public, and we have some staff on site who are needed, but other than that, we are closed. We are providing all of our services though virtually and making it work through all of this. We do require daily COVID-19 screens for all of our staff. We require face coverings for staff and increased cleaning and sanitation through the pandemic. So what are we asking of volunteers? So if you're volunteering with us on site or with customers during the pandemic, we are having you complete a COVID-19 screening. This is really asking if you have any symptoms. We never, even before the pandemic, want volunteers here if they're not feeling well. And then also just asking about any contact you've had with anyone who may have a case. Be mindful of your hand hygiene, so hand sanitizer, washing hands, gloves, sanitizing wipes. We have all of it and have been supplying it and just kind of repeating that message that you're seeing everywhere else. Wearing face coverings when with staff and customers, and limiting customer contact. So for example, in the meal program, we're doing physically distanced meal deliveries where we're still seeing our customers and having that interaction, but we're kind of trying to keep that 6 feet of distance. And probably most importantly is take care of yourself. So if you start volunteering with us or are already volunteering with us, and at any time during the pandemic or even outside of it, start to feel uncomfortable, maybe you're vulnerable yourself or cases are increasing, we are here to support you. So just let your site supervisor know and we can make accommodations. So volunteer opportunities. This is the full scope of opportunities that we provide. It looks a little bit different right now, but I just want to touch base on them in case in the future they're available again and and it's something you're interested in. So we have in the nutrition program, Meals on Wheels drivers. We have dining sites, so on-site dining that volunteers are at. Grounded Cafe utilizes volunteers for our on-site cafe. We have ambassadors who help customers feel comfortable in our building and become familiar with programs and services we provide. We have event registration, prevention, evidence-based programs, dementia programs. So we do support groups for individuals and caregivers with dementia, Medicare outreach, magazine delivery, advocacy, fundraising, and I always like to keep your passion here. So making sure that we're utilizing our volunteer skills and passions. So I'm going to be focusing on these 5 opportunities that are available right now. Specifically focusing on Meals on Wheels drivers. That is the program I oversee, but is also where we have our greatest need right now. And we typically always have a need for volunteers for this program because of the volume we're doing. But we do have a small need in these other programs, so I will touch base on those as well. So the Meals on Wheels program, a little bit about the nutrition program. So the customers we serve individuals who are 60 and older and are for the most part homebound or unable to safely prepare meals, and as well as their spouse or caregiver, regardless of age. In 2019, we served 126,000 meals, and 95,000 of those were delivered to homebound customers. So the other portion were at our dine-in sites that currently aren't operating, but we hope to be back to doing that after the pandemic. And Monday through Friday is our delivery schedule, so we don't deliver on weekends, and we deliver to most areas of Brown County. So Meals on Wheels delivery, requirements for being a volunteer in our program. You do have to be 18 or older with a valid Wisconsin driver's license and good driving record. We do have some volunteers who will bring their children or grandchildren with them on routes, and that is perfectly okay. It's just the primary volunteer does have to be over age 18. You have to have proof of up-to-date car insurance and a vehicle that can carry a hot bag and the plug that plugs into an AC adapter and a cooler. So we have a picture here of what that arrangement looks like. This is in the back of Ford Escape, so for reference. But we have volunteers who deliver in Volkswagen Bugs and small vehicles with car seats in the back, or I've seen pretty much every setup work. So responsibilities of our Meals on Wheels volunteers, they are delivering a hot noon meal to our customers. That is the primary service, but you're also doing a safety check. So checking in to make sure everything seems how it should be. So if there's any signs of confusion or things that seem off at a customer's home, you're always reporting those back to ADRC staff. And you're also doing a brief friendly visit. We've always known that that socialization piece was very important because our customers are often only seeing the volunteer most days. Many of our customers live alone and aren't having a lot of interaction outside with family and friends. And this has only been magnified during the pandemic when caregivers are trying to distance from loved ones to keep them safe, or our customers are trying even more to stay in their homes and not be going out to maybe church or other places that they would have had some socialization. So this has been more important than ever, and for our volunteers as well. I've seen a lot of volunteers where delivering the meals feels like a safe thing to do, where they can also be engaging with people, where maybe some other volunteer opportunities or other things they were doing just don't feel like a good fit for them right now because of their unique circumstances. and really acting as the eyes, ears, and often the voice of the ADRC. Like I said, sharing anything that seems off when you're delivering meals, reminding customers of the other resources that we are able to provide. And it's really designed to fit your schedule. I cannot say that enough. I know people are busy, and we really keep our routes down to a period so that drivers, if they have other commitments, we're sticking to the schedule. It's about a 2-hour commitment depending on the route you deliver. So meals do go out during a very set time, so we don't have flexibility with that. We try to have all of our meal routes go out by 11 a.m. and return around 12:30. But as far as your schedule, if you work a part-time schedule during the week and have one day available for us, or want to do every other week, we have volunteers who are delivering 3 or 4 times a week, ones that are volunteering once a week, others every other week. We have volunteers that go off to warmer places in the winter and say goodbye to us for 4 months at a time. We have volunteers who are school teachers and volunteer with us during the summer months. We really try to be flexible to whatever works in our volunteer schedule, and are so grateful for their time. And I share these 2 quotes that have come to us recently from customers to really show the impact. When I say the volunteers are the face of our Meals on Wheels program, it is so true, because they don't think of me when they think of the meal program. They think of the individuals who are delivering their meals every day. And when we get our surveys back, that's who they're complimenting. When we get thank you cards, they're always sure to share that part. So I just like to point out, because this one customer had several surgeries and was thanking us for the meals, but also wanted us to know that the meals had come to her with a warm smile and hope and kind words, and she really felt like that piece was priceless. And then also the other customer sharing that she loved to see the people who brought her meals. We often have our volunteers, they become their people, and if they switch routes or go off meals, they're always thinking about them. Or if I fill in and deliver meals one day, they're asking where their volunteer is and is everything okay. So they really build that relationship with our customers, and vice versa. So that's a little bit about the Meals on Wheels delivery opportunities. I'll touch base on a couple other programs that have volunteer needs right now. So our prevention program, these volunteers help plan, market, and facilitate our prevention education. We do a variety of topics. So here's a list of some of the examples. So fall prevention, powerful tools for caregivers, brain enrichment, healthy living with diabetes. Right now, our need is for our Mind Over Matter class. So this would be somebody who feels comfortable doing virtual presentations. And this class covers incontinence and is an evidence-based class. So you do get provided training to make sure you feel comfortable presenting on it. So that is the one opportunity we do have available right now. ADRC magazine delivery. So we deliver our magazine to a variety of locations throughout Brown County each month. So we are in need of some volunteers to drop those off at locations, whether it's a healthcare clinic, library, places like that. And that's a once a month commitment. Advocacy. So we do have some advocacy groups at work, and I'm sure have moved to virtual during this time. And advocacy is a really strong piece of what we do, advocating for older adults and adults with disabilities, and making sure their voices are heard and they're feeling empowered to speak up, and knowing who to contact and how to contact. And then if you're not seeing anything that is of interest to you, or you have something very specific in mind, or you have this passion or this talent, please bring those to us. We have definitely had volunteer opportunities and programs that we've been able to offer that weren't on our head, but somebody came to us and said, hey, I have this skill and I would really like to use it, and I'd love to volunteer in this capacity. And we are open to brainstorming how we can do it, and if it's a good fit for us, or maybe if there's another agency similar to us that would be able to benefit from it. So a little bit about volunteering with us then, what the process looks like. So you'll have to complete our volunteer application. It is a little on the lengthier side, but please don't let it intimidate you. Our customers our volunteers are working directly with customers, and then many times going in their homes and having a lot of intimate contact with them. So we just want to make sure that everybody has clear background checks and that we're following all the confidentiality and everything we need to keep our customers and our volunteers safe. So you can request an application by phone by calling our main number, or online by visiting our website, and we have a volunteer interest form on there that you can complete. So if you go to our website, and the top right hand corner there, you'll see events and workshops. Then get involved, volunteer. This page also has additional information about some of the opportunities I went over if you wanted to dive in a little bit more. And you can always reach out to our agency too if you're just looking for more information on opportunities but aren't sure if you're ready to submit an application, and we would be happy to talk through what those opportunities look like and if there's any availability right now. So this is what the interest form looks like on our website. So you can put in a little bit about your contact information, and then also any comments, and you can check any areas that you were interested in. And then we will follow up with you about getting an application. So after your application is submitted, our ADRC staff will process it. That includes background check and reaching out to references. I always like to give the tip to reach out to your references ahead of time, because that tends to be one of our stalling points with our applications, that we're just waiting for references to come back. And once your application is processed, an ADRC staff person from that interest area will reach out to you and share what opportunities are available at this time, and then work on scheduling an orientation with you. So depending on how long it takes for references, it's usually a couple weeks to a month before we would connect with you again to talk about next steps with your volunteer opportunity. So that is kind of the gist of it. It's a little shortened now with what we have available, but we definitely are in need of volunteers for our Meals on Wheels delivery, and anything else unique. If you have some special skills in technology right now, or working with individuals on technology, that definitely could be an area of interest as well for us.
Okay, thank you, Kimberly.
Yes.
I'm going to stop recording. I don't think I have any other questions for you.